hear this time.
You did hear, and
Hey-o.
yeah, that's good to know. Your whole issue is fixed. Welcome to the Straight Red Card, by the way. We're back from Turkey Day. I hope all of you who celebrate Turkey Day had a good Turkey Day, and those of you that don't, not everybody does. People sometimes assume people in Germany celebrate Thanksgiving. No, they don't. Why would they? They didn't move here and, have well, I'm not going to get into the cliches about the pilgrims and the Indians and all that shit. But Canada, they do. They celebrate Thanksgiving too, but just on a different day.
About a month earlier.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Maybe
that's their Thanksgiving Day. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's colder up there. They had to have it early in Canada because it's cold. And I just want to also report, and this is relevant to those of you who've been watching and listening to this show, but in 2021, thus far, only 4 people have died on Mount Everest this year. Only 4.
Woo!
So that's not bad. It's like when they announced from the TT race on the Isle of Man that only 3 people died this year. You're like, whew, thank God, because it usually can get worse than that. 5, 6, 7, 8,
Like we're sitting here cheering that people died.
Do you know what the TT race is?
No.
On the Isle of Man? Okay, it's this insane bicycle race on motorbikes, fast motorbikes, and it's been going on for a long time, and the roads are lined with cobblestone walls. So if you make an accident or you wreck or you lose control,
crunch,
you're eating stone, baby.
Yeah.
So every year 3 or 4 people die. And
it's what is it, the running from the bulls or whatever the fuck that thing's called in Spain.
Yeah, but it's not
every year somebody gets gored.
I know, but I'd rather be gored than smash against a brick wall going at
I don't know, man. You have to live with it afterwards, man. I've seen some of these gorings occur.
Oh, I know. I've seen that
right up the rectums or piercing your front man parts. Come on. I may want to just eat rock,
Dude. Oh, I don't know. At least that's
end
over
it now.
Quickly. You don't have to shit through a bag for 3 months or whatever while your rectum heals. Oh man. Okay. Bad start to the show. Oh.
Personally, I wouldn't be a part of that. I'll toss some tomatoes, do whatever. But running from those bulls, nah, I got better things to do in my life.
Me too. Same thing with the climbing Everest thing and getting on a high-speed bike and running a 6-mile course around a small island, with brick walls stone walls surrounding all turns and corners and shit and cliffs in other corners. And literally in some spots you're driving through small towns. And so if you go off track a little, you just go smack against a building. Like, I think they could do a better job with safety there. I really do.
Maybe outline with pillows or
something, but I guess it would
gymnastic mats or something. I guess that'd still suck.
It's not a sanctioned, it's not a sanctioned race because of that. Like, not a sanctioned, whatever they call that, the world, motorbike racing championships. Like I
bet you the winner gets laid though, man. I bet you anybody who survives that probably gets laid.
I bet anybody with good teeth gets laid at the Isle of Man. And before anybody gets upset about that, my people are from there. All right. So, half of my people came from the Isle of Man. Let's get to this report here before we run out of time. We're going to start with Friday/Saturday and everybody who played on Friday/Saturday and didn't play. Like, for instance, Alex Mighton got 20 minutes for Nottingham Forest. Horvath, well, you know what he did. He rode some pine.
Got another splinter for his collection.
Yep, exactly. I do want to throw this before I get to all the German things. Pellegrino won his game versus Mainz for Stuttgart. So that was nice to see. We usually don't always bring up the American managers overseas, but wanted to bring it up since he won. Jan George is injured for Jan Regensburg. Marcel Kostli got a goal. I wouldn't mention him that long otherwise for Mannheim, and he went 90, and they won. Taylor Booth and Christopher Scott both went 90 for Bayern 2. was that a loss? I can't remember. Doesn't matter. They played. That's
all that matters. Yeah.
Yeah, and they played the full 90s. Ken Gibson and Mo Diakite both went 90 for Sonnenhof, another level down, and in Germany. Dante Seeley went 90 for PSV2. John Hilton was on the bench for Volendam. Josh Sargent went 70. I watched that entire game. And I thought he played really well. He's just, no one passes it to him when he's sitting in the box.
I didn't get to watch the game, a bunch of family stuff, but I read enough people's critiquing of the game, and it's the same shtick. Sargent does a lot of the work, but the big problem is he doesn't demand the ball enough. He doesn't request it coming back to him after he tracks it down in their defensive third and then goes all the way up again. Yeah, it's just, same week.
I guess the good news is that Farka's gone. He's Farking gone, and yet Josh Sargent is still got to start. You know what I mean? He started. He played right wing. He played defense. He played offense. He was up and down that right wing, which is why they pulled, I think, both wings at the 70th minute. They were like, those guys are exhausted.
Yeah.
But Norwich didn't look like Norwich of the other part of the season. This was an attacking Norwich. These guys wanted to score, and they probably should have scored.
Since the Farkin sacking, I think that they definitely looked like a different team by all means. But I will also say, I will also say that YouTube's apparently cracking down on our Farkin words.
They might be. We're not exactly sure. Could be.
We had a commenter say, like, my comment got deleted because I said the previously coach's name.
Oh my God, that's ridiculous. I think I saw that too, and I'm like, maybe he's kidding. I don't know.
He might have been. I don't know, but I wouldn't put it past YouTube.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. I really wouldn't. Tim Ream got a goal. And 90. Jedi went 92 as they just continued
our phone boys.
It was a tie, but they're still up in the promotion zone.
Yeah, exactly.
We got Dwayne Holmes with 60. Ola Sunday still hurt for Preston North End. Timothy Weah went 10 for Lille, which is a little weird, but I guess they had to rest him because they've been starting him a lot lately. John Brooks went 90 in a loss, pretty bad loss by Wolfsburg. Timothy Tillman scored a goal for Greuther Fürth. He played 80, and Julian Green sat the Road Pine for 90.
What a change of the season that's been.
No shit. All of a sudden, Timothy Tillman's a regular starter and player, and Julian Green's kind of like hit or miss. Is he going to play? I don't know. Is he going to start? I don't know. But he's clearly lost some traction with the new manager. McKennie, 60. Oh boy, that was not a good game in a big time loss.
Yeah, I stepped away from my computer for like 2 minutes, came back, and he was hobbling off. I'm like, oh, what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
So it's what's great about it is that Allegri came out and said his injury shouldn't be too serious. They've already come out and said there's no ligament damage. Yeah. So they obviously ruled him out of their next game, but they're keeping it day by day and looking at this next weekend's game, which I still think will probably be too much of a rush back.
I know they played a 4-4-2 and that he played right midfield. I just
for part of it, yeah.
I just think it's weird. Well, I think he'd be better off on that team playing centrally. I just think they've got no defensive motor otherwise going down the middle. None of those other guys work that hard at defense. So, and that's why he's playing a 4-4-2, by the way.
I think when he's on the defense, he kind of pinches in. He doesn't play much of a wide player. When he goes into the attack, he's more offensive. He's more wide related there. But even then, he still kind of pinches in. He sort of has like the free run of things, like, hey, this is your spot, but go where you find the space.
Well, the way they played this weekend, it looked like he was kind of stuck out on the right midfield spot
for a good chunk of the game. Yes.
I mean, that's unusual. I'm used to seeing him when they play a 4-3-3 kind of tight in the middle with the other two center.
Didn't he get pushed into the middle before his injury?
He might have been.
I thought there was a sub that came in. He got pushed to the middle.
I mean, I just watched a lot of the highlights. So
Man, talk about bad for Juventus. McKennie and then Chiesa both going down that game. God.
Well, yeah. I mean, those are the biggest two motors you have.
And let's talk about the game since we're there. He has solid 62 minutes before his injury. He should have had 2 assists. Should have had them.
Yeah.
But of all people to miss it, Dybala and Chiesa both missed. And you would imagine that Chiesa should have put his away, and that the miss by Dybala was his bread and butter. His left-footed shot curl in the far post. Yeah,
should
have been a goal.
I've seen Chiesa miss him before, though. Sitters.
Sure. He's right now he's Juventus' best offensive player.
Yeah,
when it comes to goal scoring production. So he's going to miss chances. Things will happen, but that was it was a solid defensive play. I'm not taking anything away from that. The guy got back and completely covered that, so that was solid. But man, that would have been some nice padding to his numbers.
It would have been. And you watch it because you like Juventus as well. I only watch it because McKennie's playing on the team.
I stopped watching after the 62nd minute.
Did you? Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Busio and Tessman both played. Busio 90, Tessman 20, which is great news for Tessman. Now he's starting to get regular minutes, and Venezia are, they're below mid-table, but they've pulled out of the relegation zone. They didn't win, but this game, but that's okay.
Well, even prior to the move to Venezia, we were both big proponents on Tessman. We always wanted to see more of him, but he never got the call ups or anything like that. He didn't get called into the Olympic qualifiers, which is a shame. But man, I've been watching just his. I forgot the guy's name, and I'll find it later, and we'll maybe throw in like a little subtext on there. But so the guy who does all the every player's touches or whatever.
Yeah, I forgot.
He's done Tessman's for the past 2 weeks, and watching just those of him, his game is drastically improved, and he's a very promising player that I would like to see more of.
Now, just to correct you, he did end up playing in the Olympics.
Oh, did he?
Tessman, yes, and he played well.
What was I thinking of then?
I don't know, but Tessman did play in the Olympic qualifiers. He was a late addition that ended up playing. So I can't remember which injured player he came in for, but he did. Yeah, he was there. Alrighty. Ian Harks 90 and a tie for Dundee United. Miazga in the 18, Road Pine. Hoppy still injured. Guest in the 18 for Barcelona. People are panicking. Don't panic, people.
Well, there's a lot of rumor that Xavi doesn't rate him that much.
I don't believe that. Give him time. I'm sure.
Barca's they're hurting for money right now. I could see a possible sell for him.
Could be. I'm not saying they might not sell him. They might, but I think while he's there, they're going to play him because there's not a whole lot of options unless you want to play a 38-year-old whatever, right back. Game after game, which you just simply can't do. Mm-hmm. So you're going to have Des there for occasional games. That was a burp. All right.
Yes, Satan.
That's one of those ones that just slip on out, It's kind of like a shark.
I wonder if anybody would have caught it if I didn't start laughing at it.
No, I caught it.
Well, of course you caught it. You did it.
Because I delivered it. All right. Aaronson went 60 in a loss for Salzburg in a dreadful game that they lost where he didn't play that well and the whole fucking team didn't play that well. I don't know what's going on there. And I know they've got a lot of space between them and the guys behind them, but you just don't lose to this team. I can't even remember what they were called. Klaffenfurt? I can't remember. Anyhow, it's a very fucking bad loss. And it always disappoints me when I look up the game and I watch parts of the game and Aaronson isn't scoring, isn't assisting, isn't doing the Aaronson things I expect. So,
it's funny because even on a Salzburg win, if Aaronson doesn't score or assist, you're like, man, what the hell is that game all about?
I'm like, dude, come on. You're the CAM. Get involved. I mean, he is involved in the build-up a lot of the time, but I'd like to see him finish more.
Every week, though, you just expect to see a goal or an assist from him, or both.
I did. I got used to it. He spoiled me for a while, Uli Lanez went 90 and got a goal for St. Polten in the lower Bundesliga too. So
going through, because I was curious to see where his stats were, how many minutes he was getting.
They're good.
What his overall production? Yeah, he's getting a lot of minutes, roughly about 63 minutes per game. But he's got 3 goals and 3 assists, and I'm like, oh. That was a promising thing to see. But I mean, it is the second Bundesliga there. So
he's the best player on the team.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even, there's no question. And I know I've been hard on the kid, but I mean, he's the best player on the attack.
I mean, they're ranked 9th in the league right now, so I don't think promotion's a question. But maybe if he continues to get some production up, or maybe he'll get view somewhere else.
Maybe somebody.
But it's a nice resurgence, though.
I mean, maybe Austria Wien or one of the other Austrian teams that are still in the Austrian Bundesliga will scoop him up for a loan next time. Chris Durkin went 20. I got to tell you that St. Truden really needs to start him every single game. I don't know what they're doing there. Gooch went 90, assist down there in the lower regions in England. Devin Tanton went 90 for Fulham's U18s. That was nice to see. Leonard Maloney, 90 for Dortmund 2. Giannis Becker and Brian Kao were both in the 18 for Victoria Berlin, but both of them rode Pine for 90. Mael Corbos, 94. He's a regular starter for Verl. Down there in 3 Bundesliga. Kevin Langford in the 18 for Weiss Wiesbaden, didn't play. Malik McLemore, 45 for Schweinfurt. That has an army base on it at one point too, by the way. U.S. Army base, Schweinfurt. I remember people who said they were stationed there.
Not a big fan of his music, though.
Schweinfurt or McLemore? Like, I'm not aware of a band named Schweinfurt. All right, Dominic. This is a new name for me. Dominic Duncan went 90 at right wing for Kolbentz. Adam, another young kid. Adam Lenges, 10 for RW Oberhausen. RW usually stands for Rot-Weiß in German, which is red whites. They wear the red white uniforms, thus they call themselves the red white of Kolbentz. Adam Lenges, I just mentioned. Michael Wenzel, 87 for Gladbach 2. So, I think Brian mentioned 11. Michael's not doing so bad at Gladbach 2. No, he's not. I don't see him getting out of Gladbach 2 and into Gladbach anytime soon. Although he is older, I believe, than Scally. Isaiah Young, 85 for Rot-Weiß Essen. Sinogo, 45 for Union Berlin in a loss. Lucas Tamaris, 90 for Hoffenheim's U19s. Ty Walker, 90 for Kaiserslaughter's U19s. Lucas Fava, 10 for Bochum's U19s. And then we get to Italy, and it's Novakovic, 60 in a tie. But here's the thing about that one. He went 60. They got nothing done, Frosinone. They bring in a replacement. His name is Chevalier, I believe, for Novakovic. And that guy goes on to score the tying goal and the winning goal for Frosinone. So that's not good for Novakovic. He finally got to start, and they yanked him at 60. Cannon did not dress for Boa Vista. No word about injury or anything, but that's just been a weird trip in general there for Boa Vista. Or was it the red card? I think he got a red card last game, so he might be sitting out for that. Noah Jones went a whole 3 minutes for Ville, down there in Switzerland's 2nd division. Then we had Haji Wright. He's injured for Antalyaspor, and Tyler Boyd went 70 for Rizespor, who's don't believe they're still stuck at the bottom of the table in Turkey, but they might be. And then we get to Sunday. All right, Nicholas Giocaccini, 60 for Montpellier.
I decided to look at his minutes too, see how he's doing. I mean, because we bring him up every now and then, but it's usually like small bits here and there. But he's got like 260 minutes, not a whole lot.
But he started this time.
Yeah, and if you take that, because that's 56 minutes out of the 216 he's accumulated. So prior to that, he was only averaging something like 16 minutes a game, but he's got 2 assists, and that's not too bad for a very minute player.
Yeah, I think they're starting to incorporate him more and more, and they're looking at maybe making him sort of a rotational starter. So
but I think the bigger question though is does he have the amount of verticality that Berhalter's looking for?
I think he does.
Got it. His performance in the Gold Cup, man. I'm just so shocked that we haven't called him back up. I mean, he was just a ball of fucking energy off the bench.
Yeah, I guess, with our winger situation, since Greg doesn't really consider him a center forward, that's, it's tough, man.
But we bring in Roldan as an option for the winger, and then we have Areola there too. I'm just saying, we have options.
That's because Greg Berhalter has tapeworm in his brain, and that tapeworm has him that stuck in that tapeworm is Roldan's name and Leget's name. So there you go. Conrad 70 for Marseille. Yeah, he played okay.
I'm just saying it's good that he got a decent amount of minutes.
Yeah,
of late it's been like. He got 20 minutes. He got 15 minutes. So it was nice seeing him get a good chunk there.
He was slated to start the last game. They got postponed too. So, for Rats, we talked about that already. Rats,
big old Rats.
Big Rats attacked the field. Eric Palmer Brown did not dress for Troyes again. Jeremy Toljan went 10 for Sassuolo. Brian Reynolds in the 18 did not play, of course. Pulisic 10. Last 10 versus Man United.
Almost got the game-winning assist.
Yep, he did. I wish he would have played more than 10. I thought he could have been brought in at like the 65th, frankly, but that's me. It's probably my bias, but I thought that game was stagnant and needed some sort of spark. And God, how many more shots is Werner going to miss? Seriously, how many more shots is this guy going to blow? I don't know how. I'd rather play Pulisic in that false 9 role than Werner, honestly.
Well, I mean, he played there in the time where he almost got a hat trick minus a couple of offsides, but
I know
he played that role and they did well. Mind you, it was against a weaker opposition, but still.
Yep. I mean, I don't know. Timothy Chandler went 90 for Eintracht Frankfurt. And man, he's playing a lot more this season. Tyler Adams, 20 for Leipzig, and another loss. And Jesse Marsh has got to pull this shit together because this cannot continue for much longer. I mean, it's not the fact that they're just losing, it's how they're losing. Like they're getting their asses stomped. And that cannot happen in the Bundesliga and the Champions League at the same time. Like that's bad. That's bad mojo, right? That's going to spread through the team. And then Adams has not been playing that well. So, I understand why he's not starting right now. He needs to get back in form. So, Keith Perry's still injured for Twente. De La Torre went 90 and another loss for Heracles. CCV went 90 for Celtic in a win. And that win was over Aberdeen and Christian Ramirez, who did not score. Ramirez. I know you want to bring up the Highlander thing again.
I feel like we gotta just announce his name like that. Christian Ramirez.
All right. Where are we? McKenzie in the 18 for Genk did not play again. If this continues, you cannot call up McKenzie. I'm sorry. You can't call him up.
Didn't he get like 90 like last week?
Not that I remember. He might have. But my brain is pretty much 1 week at a time. Sam Vines, but no, if I would have seen that, I think I would have remembered it. But Sam Vines went 90 for Antwerp in a win. Johnny Cardoso. Oh, you know what? That was a late game. I didn't even write down whether I think he was slated to start, so I'm sure he did. Sabi 70 for OB in a win. Odunze was in the 18 for Leicester's U23s. Justin Butler 45 for Ingolstadt. Wooten 60 for Osnabrück. Stelmack 73 for Eilenberg. Nicholas Dossman 90 for Mainz U19s. Liam Gainey the last 5 minutes for Astoria Waldorf's U19s. Evan Rotundo 15 for Schalke's U19s. Stefan Soghamonian, That's a hard one. 40 for Dusseldorf's U19s in a loss. I mean, they got crushed 9-1 to Dortmund's U19s. Just absolutely wrecked. Like a goal every 10 minutes, literally, it felt like. Henry Wingo, 60. Well, if you average it out, 990. Yeah, okay. Yep. Henry Wingo, 60. Ferenc Vacaros. Somebody else told me how to pronounce that. I guess I'm too old at this point to learn new tricks. Sebastian Saucedo, 60 for UNAM. Sebastian Soto did not even dress for Porto 2. Ooh, boy. That ship is sinking.
Real quick, I got an update on Mark McKenzie scoop. He got 90 in Europa.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yep.
I thought I saw that recently. It just stuck out of me. But
I wonder who he came in for. Was it Lucimi or the other guy? I don't know.
No idea. I just know he played 90. So
okay,
good for him.
Lucimi's the guy who's taking his spot, and he's probably not going to get it back until the winter transfer window when some team comes in and scoops up Lucimi, and then he can play again. Shaq Moore's in the 18 for Tenerife did not play. Ouch. Samuel Shashua is injured for Tenerife. Nebu Perry, 20 for Ostersunds, and Pefok, 90 for Young Boys. But boy, they've been playing really. I mean, they played all right in the Champions League, but in league play, they are sucking. And they got another loss, and now they're down to 4th. Jesus, what the hell's going on there, David Wagner? Yedlin went 90 for Galatasaray. In a tie, they are now down to 8th. What's going on there? I don't know. Jaboli Arayibi went 70 for Ankaraguchu in a loss. That's his 12th game he's played for them this season. But they are in the promotion zone. This was an unusual loss. I think usually everyone would have expected them to win. He usually plays left midfielder or left winger for them, and he's been playing really good, really regular minutes. He's got 1 goal. But I don't know, somebody just keep an eye on. Because, I mean, I know it's second division, but this team is going to be moving up. They're going to get promoted into Turkey's first division next season. John Tompkinson, this is Monday, went 90 in a win versus, this is for Norwich City's U23s. A 5-0 win versus Wolves U23s. And then in 3 Liga, in Germany, Johan Gomez had 2 goals for Zwickau, which is who's coached by Joe Enochs, an American, in the 3 Bundesliga. And they beat Turkachu München. I've never heard of that team up until like 3 years ago. So very odd. And then Nico Carrera down there in the regional Liga went 90 for Holstein Kiel's 2 team. And they got the win over Hamburg's 2 team. And CJ Dos Santos was in the 18 for Benfica 2, but did not play. I also throw in there for good measure, the MLS goal in the playoffs by Bobby Wood. Good for you, Bobby Wood. Welcome back. I know you've scored this season.
Speaking of that game, did you hear the David Ochoa little shithousery, you guys could say?
No. What happened?
So on TikTok or Instagram or something like that, I think it was Instagram, he had recorded himself in the locker room saying that MLS needs to give Pepe a call and take back his award. You know, basically saying that that David should win the 2021 MLS Youth Player of the Year.
Damn. Ochoa telling Pepe he doesn't deserve the award.
That and the game prior, you know, shushing the audience as he walked out or whatever. He's definitely picked up ability.
We all knew that he could kind of have that sort of douche side to him.
He did the drop kick ball into the fan base earlier on in the season too.
He's got a temper. Yeah. There's no doubt about that. I mean, he's, you know,
I don't know. It's endearing to me, and I kind of like it. Unfortunately, he chose Mexico, so no.
Now I don't like it.
Yeah, whatever.
All right. So we're going to move on to segment 2, where we talk about this whole World Cup thing and, why people think we shouldn't have 3.5 spots versus, a qualifier versus Oceania, that people are saying, well, that's stupid. Of course, somebody else should get that spot. And we're going to tell you why they're stupid for saying that. And I think that's going to do it for this show. Thank you for subscribing, liking, and sharing. Sharing is caring. That's a horrible thing to say, but helping us overcome these algorithms that are sort of fighting against us right now. And
You're right. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah. Awesome. Another bad one. Okay. We're striking out. We're striking out, folks. All right. Until the next time on Straight Red Card, do a shot.
Or 2.